On count 1, the murder of Mpo Donald Ndou, the accused is sentenced to life imprisonment. On count 2, the murder of Ndiwo Douglas Ndou, the accused is sentenced to 15 years imprisonment. On count 3, the murder of Georgina Poshia Chauke, the accused is sentenced to 15 years imprisonment. On count 4, the murder of Rendani Witness Ndou, the accused is sentenced to 15 years imprisonment. On count 5, the murder of Dakaro Makondo, the accused is sentenced to 15 years imprisonment. On count 6, the murder of Ronewando, the accused is sentenced to 15 years imprisonment. On count 7, the murder of Wangando, the accused is sentenced to 15 years imprisonment. The accused is therefore sentenced to an effective sentence of life imprisonment.
South Africa has one of the highest rates of contract killings in the world. From taxi wars to political assassinations, professional hitmen have shaped the country's criminal underworld. But the law is catching up. Today, we count down the top 10 South African hitmen and their sentences. This isn't a movie. Here, hitmen are real, and their services can be bought for a few thousand rand. These are calculated, cold-blooded transactions, driven by greed, power, and desperation. Let's dive into the cases that have shocked the nation and see how justice is finally being served. Number 10 exposes the chilling world of murder for insurance. Sinkobula's Gora Zondi was hired by ex-cop Nomia Rosemary Ndlovu, who took out policies on relatives, then plotted their murders. Zondi was contracted to kill Ndlovu's sister and her 5 children, but the plot was foiled when another hitman tipped off police. Zondi, already known to law enforcement, was convicted for conspiracy to murder and linked to other violent crimes. He received a combined 25 years in prison, and Ndlovu, the mastermind, got 6 life sentences. Their case is a grim reminder. Sometimes the greatest danger comes from those closest to you. Greed can turn family into targets. At number 9, we enter the deadly world of South Africa's taxi wars. Mzila Makazeni Simakale was a hitman for a taxi association, eliminating rivals to control lucrative routes. In 2021, he and his crew ambushed 2 men at Mandeni taxi rank, killing one and injuring another. Police tracked Simakale down, finding him with an illegal firearm. The court handed him 22 years for murder, plus additional sentences for attempted murder and illegal possession of a firearm. The sentences run concurrently. He'll serve 22 years. The message: taxi violence will be met with the full force of the law. The era of impunity is ending. Number 8 is a tale of betrayal and greed. Businessman Thabo Leshabane hired 4 men to murder his wife, Mokoena, for insurance and business assets. The hit was carried out, but a neighbor's quick thinking led police to the killers. Facing life sentences, the hitmen turned on Leshabane, exposing the plot. All 5 were convicted and sentenced to life in prison. This case shows masterminds and triggermen alike will face justice. Money and status offer no protection from the law. The court sent a clear message: murder for hire will not be tolerated. At number 7, contract killing meets corporate corruption. Walter Masotla and Klaas Masilela were hired to silence Eskom employee Thembisile Yenda, who was about to expose a copper theft syndicate. When the mastermind feared his girlfriend, Mapul Nguban, might talk, the hitmen killed her too. Police linked the murders, exposing a deadly web of corruption. Both hitmen received 2 life sentences. The mastermind, David Ngwenya, also got life. This case revealed how organized crime infiltrates business, and how justice can still prevail. No one is above the law, not even those with powerful connections. The message: whistleblowers must be protected, and killers will be punished. Number 6 returns us to the front lines of taxi violence. Sibusiso Machali, an enforcer, opened fire at Inanda taxi rank in 2021, killing one and injuring another. The attack was public, meant to terrorize rivals. Witnesses and forensic evidence led police to Machali, who was arrested with an illegal firearm. He was convicted of murder, attempted murder, and illegal possession of a firearm. The court sentenced him to life, plus additional years, to run concurrently. Another victory for law enforcement's specialized taxi task teams. The days of unchecked taxi assassins are numbered. At number 5, politics turns deadly. Sibusiso Nsengwa was hired to assassinate ANC councillor candidate Siyabonga Mkhize during the 2021 election campaign. The hit was a direct attack on democracy. killing Makiza and another man. The political task team prioritized the case, quickly identifying Nsengwa as the shooter. He was convicted and sentenced to 25 years in prison. While the masterminds remain at large, this conviction was a crucial step. Political violence threatens democracy, but justice is catching up. The message: political killers will be hunted down. Number 4 is a landmark NPA victory. A notorious hitman and his 3 accomplices terrorized KwaZulu-Natal, linked to multiple contract killings. A multi-agency investigation connected them to a string of murders. The Pietermaritzburg High Court convicted all 4 on multiple counts. Each received 6 life sentences plus 84 years. This case proved coordinated law enforcement can dismantle even the most feared syndicates. The NPA's message, "No hitman is untouchable." At number 3, Myabuliseni Linda Luthuli was the most feared name in southern KwaZulu-Natal's taxi wars. Linked to at least 9 murders and 4 attempted murders, he was the go-to killer for rival taxi associations. The provincial taxi task team built a case against him, overcoming a climate of fear and silence. Luthuli was convicted and sentenced to 8 life terms plus 178 years. His reign of terror ended in a courtroom. The justice system proved it could bring even the most prolific killers to account. Luthuli will never walk free again. Number 2, Linda Mdabuliseni Luthuli left a trail of carnage in KwaMashu and Intuzuma. In 2019, he and his crew ambushed a taxi, killing 5 people in a single attack. The massacre was meant to cripple a rival taxi association. The provincial taxi task team's investigation led to his arrest. Luthuli was convicted of 5 murders, attempted murder and illegal firearm possession. He received 5 life sentences plus 40 years. The sentence removed another ruthless enforcer from the streets. The community could finally breathe a little easier. At number 1 is Fisokule John Wicks Ntuli, the most infamous hitman in South Africa. Between 2016 and 2018 he killed 6 people, including an ANC councillor, and became a dark celebrity. He's also on trial for the murder of soccer star Senzo Mayiwa, a case that gripped the nation. Ntuli was convicted of 6 murders, attempted murder, and illegal firearm possession. He received 6 life sentences plus 39 years. His conviction was a major victory for the Hawks and NPA. Even the most notorious killers can be brought to justice. Ntuli will spend the rest of his life behind bars. These 10 cases reveal the dark world of South African contract killings and the slow but steady march of justice. Each conviction represents years of work by police, prosecutors, and courageous witnesses. The message is clear: the era of impunity is ending. But the fight isn't over. Root causes like corruption and inequality remain. Still, every life sentence is a step forward, a warning to those who think they're untouchable. Justice is coming, one case at a time. Which story shocked you most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories from South Africa and beyond.
Attempt on the lives of Bongani Mthembu, William Mthembu, Mandla Raisi, and Lucas Mbegelwa are taken together for the purposes of sentence, and you are sentenced to 10 years imprisonment, 5 of which is suspended for 5 years on condition that you are not convicted of attempted murder during the period of suspension.